All right, everybody, welcome. I am going to, in this video tutorial, I'm just going to teach you something that you've probably done many times, which is basically make a tube out of a piece of paper. All right, but I'm just going to give you a few pointers to how to do this and what you want to look for. So I've just cut up a piece of paper. This is butcher paper that I have. You can use poster board or any other kind of paper that you can get. But basically, this is about what I would say 80 centimeters or so by 30 centimeters. It's about what 2 foot by 3 foot, I guess, is pretty close to it. But anyway, really simple, right? If I wanted to make a tube out of this, right? And the big thing is you have to figure out, and one of the challenges is how long, right, do I want to have for my tube when I'm creating this, right? As you're going through it, because hey, maybe you don't have a cardboard tube at your house and you have to make it out of paper. So clearly you've done this before, and you just want to make a tube, right? You just kind of roll it. The biggest thing that you want to think about when rolling this is how big do you want this to be, right? So if you want it to be a very big tube, you're going to roll it like this, right? If I want it to be a smaller tube, you're just going to take that tube and just kind of tighten it up a little bit in the middle right here and just kind of roll it. The big thing is try not to put crinkles as you're doing it, because as you do crinkles, it will kind of ruin your thing. Now, what you want to think about when you guys are making these tubes is, remember, the more that you roll this, you got a couple advantages. One is it's going to be thicker, right? So it'll be a little bit more sturdier, it'll be more structurally better. However, just remember that the more paper you use, the heavier your tube is going to be. So you're going to have to figure out what is that kind of thing. Do I really want to use this entire piece of paper? Or, right, do I only want to use half? So do I only kind of say, all right, I'm going to roll up to here, and then am I going to just cut the rest off because I don't want to have that much mass on my rocket, right? But at the same time, it might feel a little flimsy because you've only rolled it maybe once or twice through. So you have to think about that, right? The other things you could do is, if you don't want yours to be so, right, thin or so long, long, you can also make your tube shorter by just turning it like this or cutting up a smaller piece of paper. So it's up to you how you want to make your tube as you guys are working on this, right? So just think about that when you get a piece of paper, right? Again, you can get poster board, you can use other things, nature, but just know how much you want to cut out, and then think about how you want to roll it, how big do you want to roll it, how much paper do you want to use, right? As you're going through it. The good thing about this is that it's very quick to make this, so you can make multiple different sizes and figure out what the best way to do this. Okay, so that's just a simple little way to make a paper tube. All right, it's a little bit easier than trying to make probably like the coney as you're doing it, but you got to decide which one do you think is the better option for your backslider. All right, good luck.